game. You know, the draft wasn't the best draft, but it just straight about played, like destroyed them. And I don't know. I think Raya has not been. So he's kind of off. Like very inconsistent, and I kind of expect better from him.
Yeah.
Especially considering Odi, he is like literally the best hero he plays. And he went like what 1 in 10 last game, and it's kind of.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, disappointed just a bit.
Yeah. Well, we've got Bulber as well. Obviously, he's been doing the commentary, but he's helping us out with the drafts while Arteezy's putting his feet up. Welcome, Bulber. What do you think is going to happen here? I noticed we've got some interesting bands coming in, Avenge and an Earthshaker from GGNGG.
Yeah, I mean, that last game, you guys kind of summed it up.
Yeah.
I'm quite disappointed in 7 for 7. I agree with Somil. I had no idea what was going on in that game. You know, I was really confused, Somil. I'm sure you were as well.
Yeah, I'm lost, Rasmus.
Yeah, I'm lost, Rasmus. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
I've been looking after him, you know. You keep asking how he's doing. I've been looking after him, making sure he has coffee.
My boy Richard here,
yeah,
he's an amazing dude.
You're a funny guy, Richard. You have a lot of cool stories, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I can't tell any of them on air, though. That's the problem. So, but anyway, Bulber, bands. We've got a Morphling band there that's come in. Yeah. Surprised by that?
I mean, I don't think Infamous is like prepared a lot. I'm not sure exactly. I mean, they have definitely have a different take on Dota than the American meta. I think GGNGG, like they kind of pick very similar to Forward, you know, and stuff like that. So we've also been seeing them play quite a bit. So I kind of know what they pick more. Infamous, you know, they're just kind of picking. They're trying to have a lot more fun. They pick Black Pudge, you know.
Yeah.
Probably Papita's playing mid. I thought he was going to play offlane for them.
And GGNGG have got PTSDD. Because they banned that Pudge out. They don't want to. They don't want to see that again, right?
That's a big ego hit for the other.
Yeah, man. Especially because he's the guy who's been out for like a year. You know. Now you respect banning against him.
I mean, I'm rooting for Pudge, man. You know, like I've been trying to make a case. You know, I played a few Pudge games.
You
in
beat
my
me, remember last week?
Yeah, I beat my coach, and I put a request in the request box to my captain. Maybe Pudge. Maybe you might be seeing some Pudge from EG in the future. Watch out for that.
Yo, that rot off you guys had in the exhibition match was it was tough to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it was confusing. You know, it was really confusing. Also, my hero's not doing enough damage for some reason. My X just didn't spin at all.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Sometimes you win some, you lose some, brother.
Yeah,
that's how it is, man. I mean, especially in this town. You're in Vegas.
That's the only way Artur can beat me, man.
But Artur said he's gonna go play mid now, right? And you're gonna play.
Oh,
carry?
that is true. Actually, he's just a way better mid player than I am. I think. I personally think that, and I think he should go play mid, like post 2 mostly for me. And I kind of want to play carry. Like
I know you enjoy it, so
I enjoy it a lot, and like it's very apparent now, right, that Artur is just better than me. So
he's been saying it for years, so you know, finally we got proof out here in Las Vegas. That's what matters. You know?
I'm kind of disappointed in myself, but also really happy for the team. You know, we're improving.
Well,
nice rolls up there.
I'm gonna bring you in. I already picked Sumail's brain about these Abaddon picks. Both me and him don't think the hero's in a great place right now, but we've seen him get picked up in a couple of first waves, first phases. What's so good about the hero in compositions as an early pick?
I mean, I think Jube is like his comfort hero. I guess he plays like Coddle and Abaddon. I guess it's just like probably their strategy. I mean, it's like what Sumil was saying, like comfort. He plays Coddle, he plays Abaddon. I haven't really seen him play Bane, or every player in Dota kind of has a few heroes that just like want to play. Abaddon's a chill hero. He's gonna sit in lane. He's gonna miscoil Ritsu. He's gonna miscoil the enemy. He's gonna save someone. And I think they want to they probably want to do the same thing they did to beat j.storm in game 2. They did the Abaddon Medusa. This game they might still take the Medusa. So an Enigma up on Infamous. We haven't seen this hero so far today.
Yeah, become a popular pick since the black hole photography that we had last week, apparently.
Yeah, good job, Science.
Yeah. We all have to go against the black holes, don't we? And then Leshrac picked there for Infamous. So these first 2 picks out the gate. What do you think of that, Sumail?
I don't know. Maybe they're just confident. You know, like Papita wants to play Leshrac again because he played really good last game. He made the good moves and everything, and maybe just confident and just feeling himself, you know. Yes. But I think they kind of put themselves in a bad spot here because if GGNGG picks Dusa here, it counters both the heroes pretty hard, I think.
I think they should man up and do it again.
And wait, OD?
No, Nakes was in the pool.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lifestealer yet today. Has been getting banned a few times. Arteezy seemed to like this idea when we talked to him about it. Bulba said that he thinks lifestealer, the nerfs haven't hit him too hard, and he's still a good pick. What do you think?
I mean, depends. Like, you need to be able to, like, you know, really feel the nakes. You know, Artur's a really good nakes. He loves the hero. If you don't feel it, it's not the. I see the hero a lot in pro games. Like, he loses a lot too. You know, it's not like some unvillain. The last major, I think, was really, really strong, but he has been hit with a few nerfs, and now it's become more like if you really, really play good nakes, then you could validate picking. Otherwise, I don't know if it's like the best. I know Ritsu is one of his favorite heroes to play, actually.
I mean, also it's not the best versus Enigma, right?
Yeah.
BKB, Piercing, Black Hole is, and I don't think the lane is that nice either, concerning stuff for Enigma too. He keeps denying the arch and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think Dusa would have been just a better pick.
Yeah, maybe they lost faith in it. Maybe Ritsu wants to play more of like a hero you can be faster tempo on, you know? Like,
I mean, yeah, I don't know how they're feeling, you know, like Ryoya has not been doing that great mid, so
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe they're not just, maybe they're just thinking that he can just like carry the early game, you know, or some.
they just need to have faith
Confidence
in him.
mattered a lot in Dota.
He should just become OD again. It is his best year. I think last game was just rough. It was a weird game, you know? This is a bit more normal. Enigma, less track. It's like Team Secret opening. You know, they picked it a lot at ESO, the ESO they won, the last one, Birmingham, whatever. Or Hamburg, yeah, that one. They picked this opening Enigma less track a lot, so I do think they should just stick with it. OD Abaddon is also really good too. It's a really good core pairing. So I think they should just kind of pick one what he's comfortable on.
And the Rubik taken out of the equation there, so...
We're gonna see what Infamous picks here, right? So I don't think they have to rush anything right now. You know, both teams have stable heroes for now, and I guess the crazy punch factor is gone. I was kind of excited to maybe see it 2 games in a row, you know.
This Razor's not banned, so they could pick it. It's good
Yeah,
for Snake.
Razor's not. They picked Nake's Abaddon and did not ban Razor whatsoever. It's interesting.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot of Razor bans, I want to say, I think,
mean,
almost every game, right?
Maybe Black does not play Razor, and as far as I know, carry players do not enjoy playing Razor whatsoever. And Skitter strikes me as one of those carry players, you know.
He doesn't want to play Razor?
Yeah, he just... I think he's a very greedy pose one. Like, he won't want to play Ursas and stuff. He wants to, like, farm and just hit creeps, you know, like someone we all know of.
Who? Crit?
Yeah, crit.
So, Winter Wyvern, first time today.
Oh, the Wyvern. We mentioned crit and they picked Wyvern.
Yeah,
It's a
right.
really old joke, but it's, I don't know, timing was good, so I had to use it.
So, why do you think Wyvern's a good pick here?
Nyx is all physical damage, and he's like high burst, even though he doesn't have any instant burst spell, but he does a lot of damage instantly, depending what build he goes. So basically it nullifies it. Also, it cancels like low CD ultimate, cancels like raise TP, goes for BKB, which is also really good. I'm again kind of lost. They just picked Furion into Wyvern. Maybe it's not that bad, but it's not, I don't know.
I'm not optimal.
I'm lost, Rasmus.
What do you think, Bulba?
I mean, beating with Sumail, it's like all, I mean, obviously their ideas of Dota are different, and then, I mean, it's like, it's also what they're picking in the stage. It's their first LAN, I think, as a team too, for both these teams, like, as this 5. So, and also Moose, actually, I was gonna say this, he plays Enigma a lot in NA pubs. He spams this hero. He spams Enigma, Earthshaker, Rubik, Rasta. Those are like his 4 heroes. So, and Beaver also has a really good Winter Wyvern. He played a lot in Europe on the last team he was on. He was on a team with, he used to play on Navi as well a while ago, but Wyvern is actually his signature, one of his signature heroes. So, they're definitely trying to pick people more comfortable. And, you know, just they're definitely having a lot more fun. You know, Black's a really funny guy. I don't know how much you know him, Richard, but I know Sumail knows him. Like, maybe not close friends, but, you know, he's been to LANs and stuff. He's a very, very funny, outgoing, energetic guy. Like, this guy, he can run for, he's like the guy that, he actually ran on a treadmill for literally 2 hours once.
I think how I see Black is like Forrest Gump.
Wait, what?
I think...
I actually see it.
Yeah, like, it makes sense, right? It adds up.
It is.
Yeah, it's him. It's Forrest.
Run, Forrest, run.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually see it too. Do you see it, Richard?
I think maybe this is one of those things where it's like I kind of have to get to know the guy a little bit better before I can label him Forrest Gump on stream. So I'm going to remain neutral if that's all right with you.
Okay.
I definitely want to talk about this Slardar pick though.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
It's good versus Nax again.
Mm-hmm.
He has a badge that goes through BKB, cancels Rage, TP. Nax does not have much armor until he buys AC, so the armor reduction is really good. And it kind of complements Wyvern. You know, you can like reduce armor and then put the ult on that guy, and he would get bursted instantly. So yeah, but they still don't really. They have like 3 heroes who kind of do the same thing, like Lash, Wyvern, and Slardar. Like, not really, but they don't have any skill whatsoever.
Yeah, the thing is, GGNGG, they need a stun now. They actually need to pick a stun. They don't have anything. They have like, I don't know, their heroes look so weird too. Like, this just looks weird. All these heroes, like, they don't really have that much synergy together, in my opinion, on 4G's team. GGGGG, whatever.
I mean, Infamous definitely have an idea. Their draft just looks bad. I mean, it's like...
Who is Infamous?
No, it's just like, it's not bad, but it's like, it doesn't add up to me.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
both
like,
don't add up.
There's no structure.
Yeah.
It's just spontaneous.
They need a
Everything.
bot, like, they need a cool pick. You know, it's a really good pick here, Bat Rider. They should pick Bat.
Bat Rider?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why is a Bat Rider a good pick here, Bolden?
It's just a good bat game, and Moon has a really good bat. It's one of his best signature heroes. You know, we're talking about signatures.
Right.
Black has his Pudge, you know, etc. Sumail has his Storm. Moon's bat was like, it basically won them the major. I think he played bat like a lot of the games at the, what is it, Manila Major. And there's a Storm. Oh,
Talking about
speaking of Storm, what's happening here?
What do you think of that, Sumail?
I mean, it's you know, they don't really have solid lockdown for Storm. Like, it's decent, but it's a free game for Storm considering they have an Abaddon, you know. So like he can take stun off and save him, but still he's one of those heroes that looks really good, but it's really hard to pull off. Like the mana nerfs that they have like done over the past. It used to scale the mana region. Now just like straight plain mana region. Like if you get 3, it would scale with the items before in the past patches, so it would actually get better. But now just 3 mana region, and so you have to kind of buy Bloodstone. And yeah, the hero might look really good this game, but it's like hard to play.
Yeah, for sure.
Good bat band there.
Yeah, they must have heard you. Read your mind, Bull, but get the bat ban in.
They know. Moon needs a hero. It's like one of the few heroes that you can really just take over the game with. Especially in this meta, it's kind of hard sometimes for the offlaner here to completely take over the game. So like, you know, but Bat is definitely one of them. So let's see what they pick. They need something Moon.
Yeah, and they've taken the anti-mage out. Fair enough.
It could be Moon on the Furon too. So
I don't know. Would they want to play Core Furion versus Wyvern though? I don't think that's
I'm not
ideal.
sure. It's just their support duo looks so weak.
Yeah, I mean they need something that makes plays on the map, like got some sort of stun. I mean Storm can do the same thing, but then the hero doesn't scale as much, you know, like he kind of wants to just chill and farm and get his items, then do stuff, but the way they have drafted right now, the setup they have for Storm, like they don't have much for Storm to work with, so it's a lot of pressure on him, and considering how he's playing, yeah, it's like, you know, it's RN Necro, so I think they're just committing to win the lanes here.
In medium, Medusa pick.
And yeah, last pick, the Medusa. We've seen a lot of Medusa, as you said, so very solid drafts all round, but we are going to be going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get into the action, and we're going to find out if Infamous can secure a famous win, or whether it will be GG for GGNGG. We will see you in just a few moments. Your power.
Welcome back, everybody, and thanks for sticking with us through that short break there. If you're just joining us, we're about to hop into game number 2 between Infamous and GGNGG. Game 1, Infamous came alive, really doing some special stuff, and we'll see if GGNGG can turn this one around. They got a Storm Spirit, they got a Life Stealer here in game 2, but I gotta be honest, they looked a little tilted from that player cam.
I mean, wouldn't you? You just got pudged.
I've been playing Dota for so long that I'm immune to tilt.
Really?
Yeah. It took like 10 years.
10 years. Yeah, just a measly 10 years to get over that tilt thing. But I don't think that was something that people really were expecting.
Immune to tilt?
I'm like 90% immune to tilt now.
Can we like do a pub later and we're gonna try to tilt you?
Yeah, for sure. That would actually be like kind of a cool like mini game to play.
Just see if we can tilt Humanist. And just start taking your last hits and like, you know.
It was like, I mean, at some point you just have to realize like you can only do what you can do, right?
Right. Well, you know, it's definitely, it's got to be a terrible feeling when you're in a game and you continuously get hooked by Pudge, right? That doesn't feel good. It's almost as bad as when the Tinker Bootsa travels into your lane as a support and you see that come and you know that you can't do anything about it. You're going to die either way.
I told Moxie I was a Tinker player earlier. She almost stopped talking to me.
We're not friends anymore.
Yeah, we're just casting together, but it's all good.
No, never again.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one thing like when you're getting wrecked, but like things like the Pudge pull, like when you don't even see it coming and you're hooked and you're like, okay, there's like no chance out of this. It's pretty tilting, but we did see earlier today, Ryoya was able to, I mean, he got wrecked in game 1, was able to come back in game 2. So we've seen the ability to kind of shake that off, but that was a really tough one.
Yeah.
That's very hard, though. Again, like, I forget the exact statistic on it, but if you win game number 1, especially if it's a bit of a stomp, especially if you're really tilted, it's so hard to come back in game 2. Granted, you know, we've talked about Moon, you know, he's won majors before this guy, he's a veteran on LAN, so, you know, maybe we'll see them pull it back again, they'll take a deep breath.
They look really tilted, I'll be honest. Like, you know, I've played Dota before, and you can tell tilted Dota players, and they're very either angry at each other or angry themselves, just sad. Yeah, something like that. Ryer looks kind of like out of it. You know, he knows he messed up last game. So.
Moon looks pretty business-like, though, like coming into this. Obviously, it takes a whole team to make it happen, but sometimes you can rally around one player, you know, if you start to make a couple plays.
Yeah. I mean, Moon knows it's still a best of 3. Anything can happen. This game, it's definitely a weird drafts from GGNG. Their support duo is like really weak.
That's when you need like the karaoke talk, right? When you're just like, all right, guys, we're gonna come back, or like, you know, we've seen Seb and True Sight just giving them a pep talk, like, we got this, we can go back in. Very excited to see Moose on this Enigma, though. We saw how good his placement was during the first game with that Earthshaker. This is a guy that really knows when the right moment is to jump in there and to make the play.
Yeah, click this, click this Slardar. This is the thing that people are doing right now. VP did this at the major. They would buy a Ring of Regen on the Enigma, and then the Enigma would pull it to the offlaner. Because you can always pull, and then when the Enigma needs the Ring of Regen back for the Helm of the Dom or the Soaring, he just, you know, puts it on the courier. Because Enigma doesn't really need it at the start, he just needs clarities, right? So,
It's a really cool move. I mean, that's something actually like we don't tend to see a whole lot, and like for a long time I've kind of wondered why we don't see that.
There used to be very popular actually back in Dota 1, start of Dota 2. People would actually just pull each other. The support player would actually pull the guy a Ring of Regen, and back then it was a broken item. Like super broken Ring of Regen.
Or like back in the day when you like buy a Ring of Health on the side lane, like take it for a couple seconds and sell it.
And back then you could also pull like unlimited tangos and stuff. Remember, Envy did this at on the original alliance that he stood in for them at that one Dream League they won. So he like pulled S4 and stuff, like he would buy like 9 tangos and pull them to everyone. He pulled it to Loda, he'd pull it to S4, he pulled it to Bulldog. So pulling has definitely been nerfed though, but it's cool to see it back too.
Dota has changed so much over the years too. Like how many, we're on to TI9 at this point, and just seeing all the things, you know, all the items that no longer exist anymore, some of the heroes that have been changed around completely. It's one of the reasons why I really love this game. It's never dull.
They keep us coming back for more.
Yeah.
So GGNG wanted to dodge the Nakes for Slardar lane. They want to put the Nakes versus the Medusa, and that's what you see them. They like they're just kind of swapping lanes, and then Slardar's just having fun top.
Oh,
oh, he gets in the bash.
They have a rotation
that was
from
big
the
if he
natures.
lives. Yeah.
I think Pepita's fine here, but
This matchup's very, very good for Necro. Necro versus melee heroes.
Did he just crush that so he didn't get the body block off?
Hmm?
He-
Yeah.
yeah.
cancel out that healing salve though.
Looks like the lanes are going well again for GGNG this time. Or yeah, the Necro is gonna have a pretty. He's low CS now, but this matchup's gonna get eventually worse and worse for him. He doesn't need to worry too much about regen because of his inherent regen in his hero. And meanwhile, I'm not exactly sure how this mid lane is supposed to go. Leshrac for Storm. I do think Leshrac has kill potential on Storm. You know, till obviously before Storm gets 6, so Leshrac should aim for that. And Storm is also a really weird hero because people buy like Atos so much now, so it's like, you know, even if you lack stuns, you can get a stun through this item. The item is just way too strong, right? So one thing is they do have Abaddon, which is good versus Atos.
Yeah, being able to purge off stuff is definitely a high value skill there. But one thing that I just was considering when I was looking at this draft is the fact that they've got this really nice like pseudo-global presence, right? You've got the fact that eventually we'll see some Lifestealer infest onto the Storm Spirit, and then they've got the Wrath of Nature, which does a surprising amount of damage really early on. So if they can kind of put those pieces together, have Boris TP in, some pretty good gank potential. But I guess the other issue I have is what's like the team fight seems like it's way stronger on Infamous.
Yeah, you're definitely right. They have like they have no real spells at all on Dire. They have like a few. They have to snowball the game.
Nice rotation down by Boris. And that'll be first blood going their way. Level 3 NP, 3 minutes in, reading the map and just getting it done.
Boris should hit the medallion early on the Furon. It's really good on support Furon, especially if you're 4 position. And he's looking like he's trying to wrap around on mid, but I don't think he's gonna really do anything to Black. This is annoying him.
He's gonna turn this around.
TP in from the Wyvern. Black still goes down.
I didn't know he was gonna die.
Fairy Fire's gonna keep Ryoyo alive. Well played.
Did they use this? Did they have Splinter Blast on that?
On what do you say?
On the Wyvern. Did they use Splinter Blast?
Yeah, I think he used it when he TP'd in,
Okay,
right?
I wasn't sure because I saw the Arctic Burn come out. If he had one more, I think that would have.
What? Oh.
Oh, Pepita!
Oh my god, this shouldn't happen.
I just did.
These things are happening that shouldn't happen in these games.
This is a slow.
This is Helm's Deep right here.
There we go.
Necro should not die to Slardar in the 1v1. And Black should not have died there. Okay.
It's okay, Bulba. It's gonna be okay.
No, I'm fine. I'm just a bit confused is all.
Seems like that has been.
It looked like you were trying to read minds over there. Like
I'm just like perplexed a little bit. Because Moon was like getting lane support too from the Prophet.
5-minute runes. Jubei gonna try to grab it. Five will just take it. This is faster though. We'll be able to grab the other.
Looks like it's a split bounty runes. Yeah, 2-2.
This should be an easy kill for them.
Yeah.
about as easy as it gets right there.
Ritsu's free farming bot lane. Medusa's not farming the same amount. Oh, they pulled one ring to the Medusa and one ring to the Slardar. Sharing the wealth. Communism. So,
Sharing is caring.
Who was I watching? I was watching the one of the other South American teams the other day, and they were just bros the entire time. I think it was 0 to 900 Lucchini, but like all the time, like, you know, a Sunstrike's gonna come in, they all group together to make sure that they split up damage, or like the Spark Raids, like they did a couple Sunders trying to keep their like teammates alive. It was like a support. I liked it. I liked it. We don't see enough support towards each other in Dota usually.
so they're putting a lot of resources in this lane, and Storm is also doing well mid. He has 6. It's going to be hard for him to die to any rotations right now. They don't really have like a good enough burst. Like they don't have a really good enough stun to lock him down right now. Like also, if you check the Slardar hero, like his stun got really nerfed. It's not the same. The hero just got completely reworked. It's a different Slardar. They completely changed 2 of his spells, the second and third. So the stun, and they're going on mid right now. That's right.
Moose got to run himself. He's only level 3. Tried to make that rotation. They're just going to dive him, throw him right in all those trees, and he manages to get the Eidolons, hoping to get some more damage onto Ryoya. Ryoya, and Moonmeander gets taken down by Papita again.
Papita is just outplaying in this lane, and
oh, and the tip.
we didn't expect it, but yeah, doing a great job there.
The psychological warfare is on right now. They are just trying to maximize the tilt.
I'm not sure if Moon is dying.
We can watch it right now. They've got the Curse of Haze.
They've got the damage.
Papita's he's looking to body block a little bit. We'll just chase Moon. Uses up those wand charges, but Boris makes a rotation. He's got a lot of tree babies here.
Oh my goodness.
Papita boss. Boris is happy. He's so farmed on this Prophet.
He looks very happy.
He's highest net worth. If you press Y, the Furon actually has highest net worth, guys. He's a 4-position Prophet.
We've seen that happen, actually. I think it was Monkeys Forever standing in on Complexity.
Yeah, he went to Medallion, too. So. Sure.
Very interesting game, the way that this is all planning out. Oh, Jubei. That Mystic Snake hurts. 3 points.
3 Wraith Bands on Skitter down here in the spot lane. Not a lot of pressure has been coming out onto the Dusa.
Regeneration. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The way the Necro has to play, he just needs to sit there and not die, because he will win the lane. Heartstopper is like way too strong. Gives you regen now. They reworked this hero too, so both top lane heroes are reworked.
We'll go use the Wrath of Nature. It's like a very, despite having kills on the board, it still feels very, very passive. Like everybody just wants to kind of hang back, farm.
Yeah, I mean both 4 positions, like they don't really have like a way. They need to wait. Like Radiant needs to wait for this Enigma to get 6, and they need to make a smoke play with a black hole. And obviously they need to wait for Slaughter to get some items, and maybe Leshrac to get like an Atos. But the Leshrac's also getting roamed. The Storm can definitely make a play though. He can definitely go bottom. He's trying to kill the Slaughter top. Yeah, it's a good play by the Storm.
It's tough though. Still level 4 on this Enigma at this point, so if we're waiting for that level 6, it's gonna be a couple minutes here.
Yeah.
Felt like they almost expected him to be headed that way because he had a couple people in the neighborhood top lane, but Storm's just gonna back off and go farm up a couple of these camps over here. And Black is doing some hunting.
He's trying to find the Storm. Storm's TPing bottom. This is a good play by Ryoya. He TP'd bottom. But Medusa's actually jungling right now. So I guess Moon just left top. Very interesting. And they're gonna use the Furon bottom to take bot tower. It's gonna die fast. The Lunake's on the Furon.
And do we start to see the Leshrac try to put pressure on the tower then as well? Oh, Peter. Vortex right back in here. He's trying to run himself to that shrine, but not going to make it in time. Peter making a rotation. In comes Black. He's got that
He's gonna get the
edict over here. He gets the deny. Very nicely done by Jubei.
And they're going to get 3 out of the 4 bounty rooms.
Uses the scythe on him. He's mad over here. Wrath of Nature. He's going to drop that Midnight Pulse. Just walk away. 1 more hit, though.
Yeah. I don't know, that's a pretty big kill for the Necro after being beaten down so hard here in the early game.
Yeah. I mean, right now the Furon's not worth us carrying. They got into tower. Also, Ritsu's not going for their normal Radiance build. He's going for Armlets. Actually, no, he changed it. Yeah, he changed it back to Midas. He had Armlet queued up, but he went back for the Midas. Thank God.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I see that you have very strong feelings about that.
No, he should buy Midas. He should not pick the Armlet for sure. That item is like, you don't want to get that first on Nyx. I don't believe. Midas is like Nyx is one of the few heroes where Midas is still good on, I think.
Does that still give Infamous like a lot of downtime though, that they can kind of punish him because he's not going to have items?
They could possibly, but right now, like, even though the Slaughter got these kills, I don't think he's able to really do anything. Like, he needs to get a blink and stuff, and he's like maybe 800, 900 gold away from it still. And the Leshrac can't really do anything. I don't know, they can't really make any plays right now. They have to just wait. That's definitely the thing with their lineup. They have better spells, but their early game is a little bit weaker.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Patience is the name of the game.
Yeah, it feels like a bend, don't break kind of situation for Infamous right now.
Oh. All right, Roya found himself a kill.
Yeah, Ryer is doing a lot better this game. Like Humana said, or Moxie, he's definitely, you know, he had a rough last game, but he's recovered. He went decent lane. He's making good rotations now.
It's cool, Boba. You know, we definitely both sound like the same person.
I'm sorry.
Basically the same person at this point.
I forgot who said it. Oops, my bad.
It's fine. We're
yeah.
just playing with
We
you.
mentioned it. I mean, but you know, the point is that we're aware of it, and it's really big deal. So it's great to see his mentality strong here. See, here, Storm zipping around. You know, Storm also that delivery system.
He's gonna get
splitter out here.
Okay, no.
We'll go down.
And the slow from the Arctic burn just right into the splitter just feels really, really good.
But as time goes on, we'll see Storm as that delivery system for the life stealer as well. And it's going to be really important, especially you said, Bulba, Infamous, when their team fight does come online, it's incredibly strong. That they're able to pick off one of those key team fight heroes that's kind of like isolated on the edge of a fight.
I'm not sure. This Enigma is so low level, and he's so poor. He spams his hero in pubs. I'm not sure if he jungled poorly. It didn't look like he was getting like super contested. I know Abaddon sent a few like creeps, but I don't know if he was just jungled.
He tried to help in that top lane, and his Eidolons got farmed up. And then I think he couldn't get any of that farm, and he just waited on cooldowns.
Dire's structures are fortified.
We're on a soul farm, guys. He's 3k gold. B-Daddy, as we call him.
Well, they're just going to push back the Leshrac here in the top lane. They want to put pressure down. They've already lost their own.
This is a good kill, but Jube's ready.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Boris is going to one-shot an Orchid here like in the next minute. How does that change the game, Bola?
I mean, who would expect this? They have like kind of 2 cores now, like extra cores. This round is so farm.
They do get the kill on him though.
He looked killing spree.
Radiant's
Starter
middle
didn't
tower
actually
is
go
under
finish the
attack.
blink. He went the flats. I'm not entirely sure if that's the play. I think he needs the blink. It's the only really jump catch.
He's their main source. Well, it's him and the Enigma, right, are your main sources of initiation. Generally, you know, you want to wait until everyone's in the right position for the Winter Wyvern. Sometimes you're just going to use that Winter's Curse to hold people in place, like, for example, the Storm Spirit, just to set up until you get, like, an Itos or something online.
Big rune there for the Storm. Double damage. He can probably even solo kill his Medusa. He has vision, too.
He's thinking about it.
Kaya.
On target, Boris is going to go ahead and join him. Winter's Curse does come out to hold Storm in place here momentarily. Stun comes out from Papita, gets the bash as well, and Ryoya gets punished for his aggression. Boris, TP is going to be on cooldown. He's getting hammered on. Another stun to follow. Papita in the right place at the right time.
Is going ham, guys. Both games he's actually owning. My boy Papita.
I really prefer seeing him on heroes that can make plays. Like, I feel like that's kind of like the mid-player thing, though, right? Because we've seen so many mid-players making the rotation now to the off lane. See, like S4, and they shine so much more when they have these heroes that can be very aggressive early and be, you know, tempo controlling.
Yeah, I mean, arguably the problem is like he shouldn't be this farmed because he shouldn't got those kills on Necro, like theoretically, because this is a Necro favored lane in my opinion. So he's like way higher level and higher farm than he should have been. But regardless, he's playing really well. Our boy Papita.
Yeah, I hate seeing him. They put him on Doom a lot, and I hate seeing him on Doom. I just feel like he's so much better on some of these other heroes, and clearly it's showing.
Every time I hear Papita, I just want to like sing Despacito. I don't know
Please
why.
don't.
Radiant's middle tower
Papita,
is under attack.
Papita.
Alexa?
Oh God,
Structures are
get me out.
Dire's top tower.
You know that's his
is under
favorite song.
attack.
Why?
I like when Tomato's actually around, because then they're potato and tomato.
Dire's top
Really?
tower has fallen.
Oh.
Yeah, Papita, little potato,
Yeah.
tomato, tomato.
Is under attack.
They're the creep camp.
Yeah.
Radiant's
They're-
middle
they're
tower
alright.
They're the
has
little creep
fallen.
camp.
I didn't see that actually. I'm gonna tell that to Tomato next time I talk to him.
Okay,
Radiant are scanning.
And then
and then he'll hate me.
yeah, he has Orchid now. It's coming to him on the courier, I believe. He's basically the offlaner. They have a support Necrophos.
I mean, It depends like how the game goes, but because of this game and he's got that Orchid, he could start to couple up with Storm like incredibly well to look for some of these picks like on heroes that maybe feel that they're not really in a vulnerable position.
Ritsu didn't go Radiance. He went Armlet into... Is he buying next? He's going Armlet into his Diffusal Bay queued up into a Radiance. What is this build?
I don't know. Is this the I feel like we're going to be run at build and so I have to fight sort of thing, or?
I'm not sure. I think he should just get Midas Radiance. I don't think, like the thing is right now he's going the physical damage. Okay, now he is Midas into Armlet into Radiance. That's, I'm not sure about this build. And we need Artur to, he needs Artur input, but he's not here. So he dipped after the 1v1.
Well, he was feeling on top of the world, clearly.
Yeah, he really is.
What are you going to do, you know?
So Lifestealer currently top of the net worth, 8.4k, 7.5 on Storm, and then Pepita, 7.1, so.
Definitely think GGNGG is playing a lot slower than they should. They have a really big lead, but they're not really like doing anything right now. They're just letting Infamous farm. Now Pepita has a Blink and Vlad now.
That's
He's
scary.
really farmed. He's as farmed as a Storm.
This is actually really game-changing. It does set up some of these big ultimates, and as we say that, it's going to be a smoke coming out of Infamous. We'll see who's going to be a key target. Ryoya might be playing himself right now. He's invisible, has eyes on Skitter over here.
Oh no.
They've got sentries, though.
And goodbye, sweet prince.
Oh my god.
Nice knowing you.
Are they going to go Roshan? They can.
Yeah, they can, for sure.
Moxie might be right here, guys, about this prediction. And let's see.
Hey, man. Doubting me.
We learned a lesson, a valuable lesson. But once again, it's just nice to see Infamous kind of turn it on here. They did get 2-0'd yesterday by GGNGG, so they've come back, learned some lessons, start to put it together a little bit themselves, and playing really well here on day 2. And if you get anybody's just joining us, the winner of this game will move on to face j.storm. The winner of that series will move on, and this is tomorrow, to face up against Serenity, who is defending their crown here at WSOE. Loser of the series is out.
Roshan effect.
You got to be feeling that pressure. We talked again about, you know, GGNGG. They lost game number 1 to Black playing Pudge and just a really good roaming duo with the Leshrac. I believe Pepita was playing that. And so, you know, you get a bit tilted. You're kind of upset. You're losing out to kind of a meanie hero. And then you go out into game number 2 and you got to hope that they've refreshed themselves and that they're like, okay, we can do this. They had a pep talk. They sat down, but I'm not sure. It's still, you know, fairly early. We don't know what's going to happen.
I mean, right now, the problem is they got such a lead and they're not doing anything. Like, this Fion went this Orchid, but they're just not using it. And they're going double Orchid, so it's like, I don't even know if you should went Orchid on Fion. Like, I think he should just went, like, Treads. You needed to tank up. You needed to buy a Treads, a Crimson, Solar Crest. You know, like, you don't need an Orchid. Like, obviously, the Orchid was cute, you know, but he hasn't done anything with it.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if that's on him or the Storm not being together. I don't know, it's a weird game right now.
They just picked up a Blink, too, on Moose, and we have not seen a black hole yet, but they're grouping together. Okay, they're going to know that there's some vision over there. Yeah, Moose pinging. Got that home dom.
Blink up to the high ground. They found Jubei. Doesn't look like he's getting out of this one. And he's down. I think it's especially weird because of the armlet coming out of Lifestealer, too, which is like, okay, I'm ready to fight. Speaking of Ritsu, he moves down thinking about getting something done, but immediately zoned back out by Pepita.
Yeah, right now, even though they're up 2k, they can't really teamfight them that easily. They need to wait for this Radiance.
They could have turned around and just cursed that Lifestealer into place. They're kind of lucky that they didn't commit that.
Yeah. The other issue right now is like
Dire are scanning.
this the Necro. Like he's just not really gonna do anything. And the problem also is like if Necro does die or get silenced or like, you know, stunned, like they have no real cancel for a black hole. So at some point like, it's like the Blink BKB is gonna just own. Dire Courier killed with what?
That's the relic.
The relic.
Oh god.
Tipperino.
The tips, yeah.
Dire's bottom tower.
Let's say Dota. Black at the
10% tilt initiated.
Yeah. The game is looking really favorable for Infamous right now. They recovered well after their rough lane, thanks to Pepita God.
Not to say like I want to see GGNGG get wrecked, but I would love to see some of this huge team fight potential come out and just like some of the the wombo combo potential out of Infamous to land.
They've got that blink on Moose.
I mean, GGNG, like after the series versus j.storm, they look like a different team right now. Both these games. They're doing well in their lanes, and then afterwards they're like, they seem kind of out of it. I'm not exactly sure what the reason is. Yeah, they're running up. They're gonna kill Jubei probably here.
That Yules.
Ritsu too. They're gonna chase. Sort of sprint in approximately 2 seconds.
He's gonna
Someone's
blink
gonna have to bail him out.
They can TP to Shrine and try to save him, but
He needs to.
yeah, yep,
No, he's
exactly
gonna
as
bash him
planned.
too.
They've got the Rage. Moon TPs.
They can kill Moon. They're like so strong right now. Infamous.
It's crazy. Like Papita one-shot the Abba into ult.
Yeah. Papita has like, what talent did he get? He went the bash damage talent on the Slardar at 15. It boosts his damage quite a bit, especially because of the bash synergy with the ult. Yes, there's no way Storm dies here, right, guys?
They had a Yules online. Like if they had been able to grab him. Oh, look at Papita.
He's fine, he's fine.
That was the river. He might have been able to catch up with him though.
Now Storm has an Orchid, but this is where the problem comes in. Like, what do they do? Like, they need to get some pickoffs, but Infamous is playing really well. They're not like getting picked off.
Oh,
Papita
again.
indeed. Gonna proc off the ult on Abba there. Moving back, really not feeling any fear. All teamfight ults are online for Infamous. So they take down that T2 and pretty much taking whatever they want on the map at this point.
Black has a BKB, I believe. He just picked up. Let me double check on that here. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got a fresh BKB. They still haven't used the black hole. Like, this is very scary for GGNGG. Because their timing's very, very good right now on
No,
the
they
side of
can't.
Infamous.
Yeah, they just lost Aegis. They're probably just going to wait for Medusa Scotty. This is one of the better matchups for a Lifestealer, I guess. Like, people, especially in Europe, they pick a lot of Medusa versus the Nyx. I think Nip does it. A few other teams do it. It's just kind of the age-old counter to Lifestealer. And Ritsu's actually just not going Radiance. I'm very confused with Ritsu this game.
Oh, he's got Radiance.
Okay, he had it. I was like, sorry, I didn't see it. In this thing.
That was the relic that got killed off on the courier
Yeah,
earlier.
true. My bad.
So does this give them a little bit of a power spike here? Are they still in?
I mean, they definitely need to go fight with this Radiance.
Okay.
I really don't like that he went Armlet though. Delayed his timing. They waited 24 minutes for him to do something. He's like 1-0-0. He had a free lane. No, I've been biased towards Ritsu all day, but this game, he hasn't really done much. So,
Now they're infested, smoked up.
they can still win this game though. They have Storm Lifestealer. It's an age-old combo.
And
It's a very
Infamous
good
is split
Storm, yeah.
apart. This looks like it's a really good opening.
If they can get the jump on them first. However,
Dire are
I mean, you're happy
They'll
if
scan,
you
they're just
if
gonna
you
jump it.
if you lose the Winter Wyvern, I think you're still happy
He has
though.
Glimmer. He has Glimmer.
Silenced up. He's got the glimmers running away. They still burn him down with the Radiance, but they don't want to commit.
That was crazy.
Oh, wait,
ult.
wait.
Rio, yeah, he's got a
Yo,
reach.
they called up in place. They need that
Mana
Leshrac
burn?
there now to get that split earth. They're thinking not gonna be. Oh, they'll follow up the black hole with the Yules coming out. They'll go with the Stone Gaze. They should still be able to take down the Storm. Jubei now running away black. He's got that BKB up and running. Moon trying to run himself out. Ritsu gonna have to TP himself away here as they're just gonna chase down that Necrophos. The Ghost Shroud helping maybe a little bit, but not enough as they'll just find that last bash with Papita.
Freaking Glimmer Cape there, man. How good was that?
This game is like everything is going wrong for
We're very right.
GGNGG. Yeah, sorry. Like I was, you're not wrong.
It's
Like
okay, Bias
you know,
Bulba.
I'm not being biased.
We still love you.
I'm saying everything's going wrong for Dire. Everything's going well for Radiant. Like that was like the worst series of events. He just got the Glimmer Cape, and he's a 5-position wire with Glimmer Cape at 25 minutes, and he has the GPM talent too. So, Beaver God.
But you get your Radiance, you infest up, you finally make an aggressive move
Okay.
for GGNGG. And
This is
Speaking
big if
of
they can get it
aggressive
for
plays.
black. He's got a Yules though.
Purge the elements now. Blow the man down.
that's one for them, and that's 567 gold picked up on that.
Yeah.
Now if they can just do that a couple more times, I think that'll kind of get them back on track again.
Storm has the dust now,
Oh.
so Byver can't do the same thing. Slaughter has BKB.
Scotty just got picked up on Dusa too.
Scotty.
Scotty on Skeeter.
You can see Skeeter really not too worried about anything as Infamous basically don't have to force anything, feeling good about this. Their items have come together, 2k net worth advantage, 12 to 11, 26 and a half minutes in.
Tower is under attack.
And you can just see the pressure is obviously on GGNGG. They just have to make those correct moves at this point.
Yeah. Right now, what they should do on Radiant, they should wait for the Enigma's BKB. He's very close to it. And then when they get his BKB, they should just straight up go and fight.
Papita smells blood.
Dispel. Yeah. Moose is very close to it. He's gonna have it in approximately like two minutes or so. And he's doing a good job, Moose. He had a rough early game. He had very slow 6, but now he almost has Blink BKB Helm at 27 minutes. As long as he gets to hold the Necro, they can't really stop his black hole. So,
Good help down creep.
yeah. Or they can also just, you know, they can stun the Slardar, can stun the Necro. The Necro dies, and they hold. So.
That's a good job though. Shove that bottom lane.
This is cheese too, right? Yeah, it is. It's a very early Roshan spawn.
Everything's going right for Infamous right now. Things not so great for the side of GGNGG. They even pick up an early gem, like that's how confident they're feeling, because they know that they've got Shadow Blade on that Nature's Prophet. And they don't want to get jumped again by the Storm either.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna want to go high ground soon. They have all their items.
Ryuya in a position maybe to just kind of cut the wave on the back or the left side of the top lane here.
Yeah. So he's gonna probably do. Oh, look at Moose. I'm not sure if he's like doing this. Oh, he's probably just farming his BKB. But they can definitely
Tower is under attack.
kill him with the black hole setup.
That's kind of one of the things that's like the rhythm of the game. Like they just seem to be in that rhythm where they're always in the right place in the right time. Even Moose just like accidentally being there farming out his item.
Yeah. And they have their BKB on Enigma. It's basically the strongest they're gonna be. They should not let this game go super late, because I do think Dire at some point, like, they can still outscale. They have Stormwife Stealer.
What'd I miss?
Like Nake's, this 25 talent on Nake's, if he gets this talent, like, the hero becomes, like, unstoppable. The +2 rage duration.
Radiant's
So you
middle
do want to
tower
end the game
is
before he
under
gets
attack.
that. As well as the evasion. So very good talents for Lifestealer. One of the reasons he's good.
Black's trying to make some moves over here on Moon. He's got his Lotus Orb up and running. Follow up from Pepita though. Gets that nice bash. They're just gonna slowly chase him down.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
God, what's Pepita at now? 8, 2, and 4. It's been making all the moves this game.
Yeah.
That's our first Lardar of the tournament or
He's
two.
playing
right?
like a boss, really is.
Look at him go. Look at him swim.
He's not fast at all. 700.
I thought that was the silliest thing when they added that in. And then like I played against a Slardar mid at one point. Oh my god, that's awful. It is ridiculous just how fast you're just running through the river to go jump on others. Oh, there it is again, the rage. Ritsu, he's trying to get himself over into the Abaddon. Jubei throws up that aphotic shield. It'll pop that ultimate here. And they'll pop out again because they go for the BKB. They want to finish this up. In comes Moose with the black hole. And they take down Jubei and Ritsu. They're not escaping.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That was juicy.
What do you do to that?
That was juicy J
Dire's
right there.
middle tower is under attack.
You guys sound so, well, Humana sound excited. Bulba's just kind of like, that was
juicy.
pretty good.
I can't. I'm not very like. I'm trying to be enthusiastic. I am. It's just not really. You know.
Hey,
I've
if
never really
Bulba
been into
says
that too
juicy,
much.
we know he's
Yeah.
turned up.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm turned up.
All right. Well, that is Black Hole down though, right? So GGNGG can possibly, you know, re-engage on something. BKBs were also used. Those were the 10-second BKBs on a couple people.
Bloodstone's Doom on Storm. What is Moon going for? He has Lotus Orb and Force
Let
Staff.
the fun begin.
Oh, look at that
my
damage.
God.
Oh, Jubei. And now Jubei is most likely dead. Yeah, look at the tips are out. Moon Meander's going to try to escort him back into the base.
Help me!
Peta? Okay, maybe you're getting a little too cheeky here, my friend. They use the scythe. He's got the BKB up, but he's going to be able to swim away, little fishy.
Stay alive. He's also got that cheese up on him too.
Cheese is gonna get used. There's the buyback. Immediately Storm dipping back into his base.
Oh no.
That
A
hurts
blink
the
just got
account.
picked up on Fever.
That cheese was good.
So Wyvern with the Blink Dagger. Now even that much easier to get in position for some big ults here.
He's so wealthy.
Skitter just starts to chunk onto the melee barracks. People taking damage as they just try to get in range to do something. Feels like such a desperate situation for GGNGG.
They need to flank and kill the Wyvern first. They cannot go on this Medusa. She's unkillable if the Wyvern doesn't die.
All right, they're satisfied with that. They'll turn back, take down these shrines, take away more control off the map.
Yeah, they have Black Hole up in 50 seconds, so as soon as that's up, they're probably just going to go back. They're going to have Aegis for how much longer? I don't forget the timing. Around a minute or so. They have like 30 seconds where, or they'll have like only 15 seconds where Black Hole's up and they have Aegis, I think.
There's so many like positioning ultimates on the side of Infamous, so it's so dangerous for them to jump in, right? Because you've got the Black Hole, and then you've also now got the Wyvern with the Blink Dagger for the Winter's Curse. So like you have to be so spread out, and while you're doing this, there's so much AoE damage coming out from Black. You've got, you know, Pepito with just really nice initiations. He can just melt people, and of course we're not even talking about Medusa.
Beaver got caught on, but he won't die. He's like 1800 HP.
He was thinking about that curse to hold him in.
Zip.
This Furon is so high level. Like, if the Boris was so farmed, but after the early game, he hasn't really done much. It's just a problem with the hero as well. Furon as a support. He's like, can't really make too many plays.
But I feel like you called it. Like his itemization was the big thing. He was sitting on 3K, like over 3,000 gold before he spent
Yeah,
it.
he could even just went like a Greaves, you know? Like, that's so much gold. He had Medallion into the Solar Crest. There's a lot of options.
Well, that and having a medic that can just teleport in, especially if you're, you know, kind of on the back foot, is super value.
Yeah, Spirit Vessel is very good too if you can get it early. It's like one of the best items.
Those have that hex now.
Yeah. But still, like, the problem right now for GGNG is like, how do they exactly team fight? They need to go perfectly. And it's very hard if Infamous just don't mess up. They have to pick off this Wyvern. Like, Beaver will be the most important hero for them.
Maybe if they like Lotus Orb at Winter's Curse.
It could.
You know?
That is some, you know, crazy stuff.
The dream, right?
Ritsu.
Oh.
That one's not going to be Lotus Orbed.
No, they're going to just set it up there. They're going to burn down Ritsu. No, he's going to try to man up a little bit, but there's only so much he can do against this lineup right now.
About a quarter of a second of manning up there.
You know, go down swinging.
He did.
Use your spells, right?
They're going to try and get a rebound here. And Roshan is going to spawn in... okay, we don't know the timer yet. Medusa did lose Aegis, and she's going to have her butterfly in approximately like 1600 gold.
Moves.
Oh.
Finds them, cancels the TP. Got the Lotus Orb. Gonna force himself forward.
There's nobody here to bail him out, though.
Pepita's there.
No, the blink forward coming out from Beaver. He's looking. Yules. It's the whole squad, Moon. Wyvern just even walks away. It's like, I can trust you guys. You got this. But you get the runes, though.
Pepita's going to find Jubei in bot lane.
Doesn't have that. Oh, the bashes. The bashes. That shield's only going to keep you alive for a little bit longer there, Jubei. Although, Ryoya, they've got the Hex over here. Oh, wait, there's still the Winter. The Wyvern's still alive, and they'll turn their attention now to Boris. The zip-in coming up. They dropped the gem, but...
Oh. Pepita boss. Oh my god.
Meanwhile, for the rest of Infamous, chunking onto this T3 here, that's going to be down to like, what, 15% HP, and...
They need to... They have a glyph, right? No, they don't.
Double degradation.
They're trying to stop the wave cutting. Thankfully, Black has a bot, so you can deal with a lot of the split push.
Medusa is getting so fat.
Have you seen Pepita? He's really tall, big. He fits like Slaughter, you know? Like,
The
You just
big
see him running.
muscly
Yeah.
fishman?
He's like I think he's actually the biggest Dota player next to like Puppy, right?
No,
Yeah.
no. It's
Yeah.
on Ninjas in Pajamas.
Are scanning.
Saxa.
Oh yeah, Sox is the tallest.
Saxa is like the tallest, gentlest giant. He's tree and protector
Yeah.
in my mind.
It's like Papita, Puppy, and Sox are like the 3 tallest, I guess.
They're very tall, yeah. I remember the first time I met Pepito, I just like looked directly up at him and I was like, oh boy, this is pretty intimidating. I hear a storm. I hear a vortex. Black.
Unfortunately,
On a black hole though! They just bash! Immediately they're gonna go grab up over and just take out Moon Meander. Jubei trying to run himself away. He's not gonna be able to run from Black as he just burns him down to a crisp. And Boris, they have the gem, dude, right? Yeah, they're gonna just chase after him. That Orchid's not gonna do much. Does have the Hex, though, trying to get that stun off. He's in the trees though, and he's just getting burnt down. Double kill.
Yeah, that was over basically as soon as it started. You could see that they realized like they'd gone too far. And hello. Speaking of manning up.
Goodbye.
Yeah, so that's 5 heroes dead. 4G just getting rolled over as now it's a 19K net worth advantage. Over to Infamous
Dire's
and
middle tower is
now
under
in
attack.
the base.
Dire's middle
Racks are
tower
vulnerable. They're
has
starting to get chopped down.
Dire's structures
They've
are
got
fortified.
Cardis on the top lane too.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Jubei can do
Dire's
nothing but just
middle
look at his buildings going down. Throws out a casual
Dire's bottom
miscoil.
tower is under
You know, it was
attack.
like 10K net worth ago where we were like, all right, this is hard for GGNGG.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
The problem is they haven't really like.
Dire's
It feels like
bottom
just
barracks
getting picked off everywhere to Papita.
has fallen.
They really haven't even put up a good fight. I haven't even seen a proper 5v5.
Oh. Alright.
There's nothing they can do.
Moon's trying to run himself away. Black, though, he's got the BKB. He just wants to get himself some more kills here. We'll chase Moon all the way back into that fountain.
I got debated by the prediction. This isn't the same GGNG or j.storm.
Hey, maybe Infamous just sandbagging a little bit here.
Turn. The jump in coming out from Pepita. The shredding of Ryoya. They'll find the kill onto Jubei. The Pepita's just only got eyes right now for Ritsu. They'll take down Moon. They'll take down Ritsu. And they'll chase after Boris Daddy here. They want a piece of the B-God.
Who doesn't though, right?
Oh my.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
GG comes out. That's going to be Infamous taking the 2-0 over GGNGG. Infamous.
Where you at, haters?
Moving on. There are no haters in the building. Infamous moving on to face up against j.storm. Winner of that series tomorrow will move on to face up against Serenity.